Hello there, I am Dark Shades and I wanted to talk about the concept of beautiful. What is a beautiful woman? Is a beautiful woman somebody who fulfills the westernized concept of beauty, i.e., long blonde hair, blue eyes, or that has now changed because now you're finding that women are having thick lips and they're having, even though they're white, they're having tans. So, is the tanned look with the full lips and the way that they plump up their bottom, their cheeks, and their Botox, is that a version of beauty? Is the is beauty the size that you are, whether you're a size 8 or size 10 or size 14? Does that determine what is beautiful? Or is it long hair, blonde hair, brunette? People have different shades, and they say that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So, what is beauty? Is beauty something that we actually see? And if that's the case, there's so many people across the world. We all have our own version of what beauty is. So it can't be visual because that would mean that the Asian concept of beauty doesn't align with the Western concept of beauty. The African concept of beauty may not align with the Western concept of beauty. So it has to be something else. It, beauty has to be beyond the physical. And when you think about beauty, it has to be how you feel because you find people of all ages, all sizes, all looks, depending on how they present themselves to the world, can look beautiful because they feel beautiful. So that means beauty is not physical, it is something that's inside. It's something that we nurture. It's to do with self love and self care and self awareness. That's what makes an individual beauty. We can use the filters to make ourselves look more glamorous, to hide all our wrinkles, to hide our blemishes. Yeah, filters can do that. And we can also, like I said, you can have fillers and you can have boob jobs and you can have bum jobs and you can have all kinds of things to enhance your version of beauty. But how does that make you feel? Do you feel beautiful when you know that the image that you're presenting is not really who you are? And that's what happens, because what happens with people who put fillers in and Botox and do the boob jobs, they never quite satisfied with the way they look because they're not looking at beauty from their inner self. They're looking at a concept of beauty that they cannot match. And so, like Michael Jackson, he never could fulfill that level of what he considered was beautiful until he did overkill, until he damaged his appearance. So we have to understand that beauty has got nothing to do with looks. It's got to do with who you are. And you have to ask yourself, if it's not for how you look or your accomplishments, what are you happy with? Write down a list of everything that you're happy with about yourself that has nothing to do with your looks and nothing to do with your accomplishments. Because until we get to the point that we are more than our looks and we're confident with that, we are always going to feel as though our looks are important. And I know society plays on that. Society kind of has this image. And the funny thing with me is that I don't base my opinion of somebody on their looks. I base it on their character. And yet, for myself, I don't do that. I kind of, if I'm doing videos, I'm kind of thinking, oh, I don't look quite right in this picture, or, the light's not right. Or, for me, when I'm judging myself, I'll call it judging, all of a sudden, the external image is important instead of me concentrating on the message I'm delivering to my subscribers, which is something that is helpful. So when I was thinking about what I like about myself over and above my accomplishments and the way I look, I have to think, well, I'm resourceful, I'm thoughtful, I care about people, and those are the kind of things that I like about myself. And the same with you. If you want to feel beautiful and you don't feel beautiful, you have to ask yourself, what are you basing your beauty on? It has to be more than your weight, your height, your face, your hair, your toes, your hands, your nails, all that kind of stuff, in order for you to feel good. Okay, so it's about self-acceptance. Understand your body type, know what clothes suit you, what hairstyles suit you, and that will extend into your behavior. Because sometimes it takes a while to understand what actually suits you and how you want to present yourself to the world. I mean, you know me, I change like the wind with regard to my hairstyles and the way I look. At the moment, I'm kind of liking this look. I feel as though it represents me. I feel as though I feel comfortable. And yeah, it's not over the top. Doesn't make me look old. It doesn't make me look young. And so, yeah, I feel quite happy with this look. And I think each and every one of us, as long as we're happy with how we look, that is enough. That look doesn't have to mean that everybody has to be happy with it. It doesn't mean that you have to accord yourself with the Western concept of what a look is, or a good look is. It's got to do with you and how you present yourself and how you feel you present yourself to the world. A beautiful woman, consistency, stability, reliability, transparent, honest, maintains interests, knows how to be serious and when to be light-hearted. She has self-respect. People think that beauty is, like I said, is an image, but people don't realize that the character of a woman is what makes her beautiful. So if she's got a good character, if she's um, she's empathetic, if she's thoughtful, if she's considerate, if she's humble, if she's respectful, those kind of things, and she's not trashy and she's not, looking for fights, looking for conflict. Those are the kind of things that make a woman beautiful. People might not realize that it makes them beautiful, but when somebody says, oh, that's a beautiful woman, or that's a beautiful person, and it's got nothing to do with her looks, it's got to do with who she is, what her character and her behavior is. Now, what are ugly women? People might say ugly women look a certain way, but ugly women, I've put down a few things which I consider could make a woman ugly, and that's somebody who's revengeful, somebody who's desperate, somebody who does this tit for tat business, somebody who overreacts to things, somebody who stoops to a low level behavior, somebody who blames and doesn't apologize, someone who gives ultimatums, and somebody who gets involved in other people's arguments. And, this gossipy type of person. Those kind of characteristics, regardless of how physically beautiful someone looks, will make someone ugly. If somebody is greedy, if somebody is, has certain characteristics that are not nice, they're bullish, they're intimidating, those kind of things can make somebody ugly regardless of how they look. And so, what is a beautiful woman? A beautiful woman, she knows her worth. She can explain how she feels, but is steadfast in her values. She doesn't settle. She maintains her standards and even has high standards in certain cases. She interacts with high level people because she knows that like attracts like. She does not let age, a ticking clock, force her to make decisions that she wouldn't ordinarily make, or she doesn't allow society to dictate her choices. She sees the good in others. She's calm and logical, especially in chaos or conflict. She makes wise decisions, and she doesn't shout out people's names, and in conflict she doesn't scream and all that kind of stuff. So those are what you kind of call a beautiful person. So given that definition, are you beautiful? I'm sure you are. And if you're not, a little self-awareness, a little self-reflection can help you hone in on those traits that just need a little adjustment. So if you are used to going on and shouting and behaving in a emotional way, you can kind of catch yourself and say, I'm sure that doesn't look good. I'm sure that's not a good look. If you're there gossiping and being nasty about people, you can catch yourself and say, that's not a good look. And so you can find yourself looking at yourself, reflecting on your behavior, and decide that, yeah, I'm going to be beautiful as of today. And just work on it. And that's all for now. Bye-bye.